give me your best piece of advice for anyone trying to follow this same rabbit hole that you are.
Don't give a
Cody Buchanan. Cody Buchanan. Cody Buchanan. You look at Buchanan. Buchanan sticks it to the door.
We did the thing. We won the championship. We won the event. Our mindset was literally just one run at a time. Don't care about the championship and just run whatever battle like it was back home. We did it and it worked. If I really want to do this, I got to figure something out, right? And for FD, it's a full-time job in itself. You can't really have a job unless we have a 2,900 pound with driver cap in Prospec. I'm already like 400 pounds over. The Z was a great practice car and I really wanted to do FD, so I wanted to build a pro car, and I just like thought to myself, he kind of helped me train my brain. So whatever you do outside of the car, that's on you. As soon as you get into the car, it's a flip of the switch and you're in kill mode.
You have the plans of going pro?
That's the hard-hitting questions everybody wants to know, huh? I'll leave it at this. So
I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era.
Welcome back to the Circle of Drift podcast. Again, I want to say thanks to all of you that stop in every single week for a brand new episode. You guys mean the world to me. But today we are back at LS Fest in Bowling Green at Beach Bend Raceway to chat with the Prospec champion of 2025, Cody Buchanan. And of course, we'll dive into how his budget program was able to secure that title while even having one of the heaviest cars in FD. But I know a lot of you guys are here because you're trying to get into drifting, or maybe you're trying to get up to that next level. And arguably the best way to do that and get seat time is through sim drifting. And lucky for you guys, this show is presented by SimHQ, where you can always save 5% off on your next upgrade or maybe a full rig using code CircleOfDrift. So don't pay full price if you don't have to. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the podcast. Here we are, of course, back at LS Fest here at Beach Bend, and we have none other than Cody Buchanan, the Formula Drift Prospec season champion.
alleged.
Alleged.
It still doesn't feel real, so I'm always going to add the alleged.
What? Wait, what?
I don't know,
It is real.
It is. It just doesn't feel real. I don't know. We went into the event 20 points behind the top three, and the math just, we probably weren't going to get it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, what's wild is we were 20 points ahead of everybody else after the round.
Haven't you won majority of the rounds?
No, dude. I did third in Atlanta, top 8 in Jersey.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
No, we had a decent season. Like, we were really consistent.
You were on the box a lot.
Only twice. Only Atlanta and Utah.
That's half the rounds, though.
I guess, yeah. With Prospec, yeah, you only get 4 rounds, so it is half. But, like, Nate Chen and Brutsky, they were on, like, every event, it seemed like.
That is true, yeah. What did you, so before we get into you,
Yeah.
the whole, you probably know what I'm talking about, the post-podium interview. What is all this drama with Brutsky and, like, we know the Nate Chen drama.
Okay,
we
yeah,
get
yeah.
that part, but
So if you've seen anything on Instagram, you'll see Brutsky really likes the foot brake. Like, that's just what it is. Chelsea Denofa called him out like crazy for it. You know?
it is like he actually does that
he likes to
way
do
too
stuff.
often.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing against Brutsky. Like, he is one of the nicest dudes off track.
Yeah.
Like 100%. But he does like to do foot brake stuff. I don't know why.
Is it really that annoying as a chase driver or cause that many problems?
I mean, I've followed him before, and when you're in FD, you're thinking everybody's hooked up. You're trying to go fast, and you don't want to get gapped. And if you're in a zone where he's a little bit slower than you think he was, and you cut back, it's hard to catch up, and then you just lost the battle right there.
That sucks.
He's a great driver. Don't get me wrong. So I'm not trying to like call Brutsky out. I've battled him 3 times. I've beat him once, and there's always a little
hearsay and
yeah,
a little questionable actions.
yeah.
I get that. Well, as far as like your program and stuff this year, what was the most challenging round for you?
Challenging. So I always suck in Jersey. I don't know what it is. It's track conditions change, all that. Like, it's always hot. It was like 100 degrees, and we had that tornado.
It's miserable
So
there.
it just ruins everything.
Did you get affected pretty bad by the tornado?
We lost the canopy, and that was about it.
It's not too bad, I guess.
Yeah. So we left the track. So they had seating, and we don't do seating. So we were like, let's go get dinner, and we went to a pizza place, and we were just gonna go to the hotel after the pizza place, and we were like, all right, let's eat. We left the food spot. I was looking through the Discord, and I saw a tree on Jones's car. It did not hit.
That's how you found out?
That's how I found out. So it did not hit where we were at. And we were only 2 miles from the track. So it only rained, not even heavy rain where we were at. So we're like, yeah, let's just go back to the hotel. Scroll in Discord, see a tree on top of Jones' car, and I was like, guys, I think we need to go back.
Oh my God. I didn't
Yeah.
realize it was that, like.
As we started leaving, I get a call like, hey guys, your canopy is over in the grid area for FD, like at the chicane. So if you watch LZ's video with Mike, I think Mike's his camera guy, whatever, and he panned over to like trying to not get wet or whatever, and he panned over to a canopy in the pits flying around, and that was our canopy. Yeah, finally made an LZ
seeing
video.
that clip, actually. I'll put that in there if I remember.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, that had to have been so miserable, man.
It was. Luckily, I have a cool shirt now, so like in the car, it's fine. We didn't really get the weather when we were driving, so that was cool. It's so hot there. St. Louis is the same. Like it's 80-90% humidity and 100-degree weather.
It was so bad this year in St. Louis. I didn't go to New Jersey, thankfully, or else I'd have lost my ass probably. But dude, last time I did media in New Jersey, I've said this before on the podcast, but people don't realize how brutal it is for the media guys in the center of the track, because all that heat, it's all concrete and asphalt, so all the heat dissipates to the center from all of the cars driving around the track. So I left, I think it was the Riverside 50K, and I went home that night, and I had like burns on the bottom of my feet because I was wearing Vans like a fucking idiot that were like the worn-in soles, so it just crisped the bottom of my feet from how hot it was. It was wild.
What they don't understand is when you're media in Jersey, you can't leave that spot because cars are going for 3 hours at a time. So you're in the same spot all day. St. Louis is bad too, and it's bad for different, like you have the weather that's terrible, but the outside is also, it's all of the people in St. Louis, it just makes it rough. Like my spotter, Ethan, had $2,500 worth of stuff stolen from his truck in St. Louis.
No way.
Yeah. We went to the Airbnb. He locked his truck, all that good stuff. Come out there, truck gone through. They stole his work phone. He's a Pokemon collector. They stole a bunch of graded stuff out of his truck. Like, it was like $2,500, $3,000 worth of stuff.
Holy shit.
Yeah, the crazy thing is, so they got his AirPods, and you can track AirPods, right? So we found them. He drove to where they were at, called the cops, and they're like, hey, I just had some stuff stolen out of my truck this morning. I know where they're at. This is the address. And the police were like, we're not going to do anything about it.
Yeah, they won't.
Like, yeah. So most
Liberal
of the
ass
time,
town.
yeah. So most of the time when people hate St. Louis, it's because of that kind of stuff. That happens way more often than you think.
That's crazy. Because Connor was saying he likes the St. Louis track. He enjoys it. But you literally talk to any other FD driver, and they can't stand it. They hate St. Louis, but nobody's mentioned that though. Yeah. Obviously, I know St. Louis is a rough city. It's been going downhill for years, but people don't put that together when they're just watching.
Yeah. No, I love the track. I really like technical tracks, and you have to enter pretty fast, slow down pretty good, and then speed up like crazy to slow down. And I like the speed up, slow down, all the technical stuff. I'm about it. Everything outside, I hate.
Then which track represents that the most in FD for you?
St. Louis is pretty technical. Jersey's a kart track, so a lot of like the Pro 1 guys hate it because you can't get up to speed. I really like Jersey, even though it's usually one of our worst rounds that for like our team.
Huh. Is it so you're just, the reason it is one of the worst is because of the, like what you were mentioning, track conditions and just like different stuff like that?
Yeah, so like with Jersey, when the sun goes down, it likes to grip up like crazy. So personally for me, like this year we lost because it gripped up. I didn't change the car settings. I entered kind of how I normally do, and I was 4 feet off of the zone. And you're 4 feet off of a zone in your top 8, and you instantly lost.
Yeah, especially somewhere like that. It throws your entire line off after that. So.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'd still love the track. And E-Town, like, you've been out there. Like, all the boys at E-Town are sick. Chris Knapp, always keeping it. Dude,
he is one of the best things for drifting. He is such a good dude.
He's so good. I saw him. So the night that Jeff Jones's car got, like, demolished, I saw him, like, right afterwards. And I just had to give him a hug. And you could you could see the stress coming out. Because you're pulling in, and there's, like, 10 spectator cars with trees on them. Like, literally people...
Oh, my God, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like, people who came to the event to watch FD had trees on top of their car. You could just see the insurance being like, what do we do here?
Do you think they'll get rid of that track ever?
It's hard to say.
I would hate to see it go ever.
Yeah. So, like, with FD, they try to make it, like, a constant circle in the U.S. So, like, you'll see, like, you got California, and then you'll come over to Atlanta, and then Orlando.
Kind of circles its way up.
Yeah, and it makes it a circle. So if they take it out, they have to have something East Coast, and I just don't know what it would be.
Oh, okay.
But they also made E-Town literally for FD and just drifting in general.
Yeah, I personally think E-Town will never go. I know there's some talks of, like, possibly changing some of the tracks up and stuff. Which is why I asked the question, too. I would personally love to see St. Louis go. Let's just take it somewhere else. There's plenty of better facilities, and, like, as weird as, or as great as it is to have that massive, like, parking lot, it kind of makes it look small.
Right.
Because 3/4 of the parking lot is empty, and it's not even being used.
Yeah.
And then you don't even really have access to the drivers half the time at St. Louis because they're always in the hot pits on the other side of the entire complex that you can't even go to, really. So St. Louis is just weird.
That's the cool thing about St. Louis, though, is we have NASCAR pits. So, like, when we set up our hot pit, I want to be there because, like, the hot pits are actually sick.
Yeah, but it sucks for the spectators.
It sucks for the spectators, yeah. 100%. But, like, as a driver, it's super sick. You have power right there. You don't need a generator. You don't need to set up a canopy because you have the whole, like, it's 60 pits, I think, just all under like a canopy, so to speak. Yeah. What would you put if you took St. Louis out? Keep in mind, you have to be somewhere in the Midwest.
That's exactly what I'm trying to think about.
Where would you go?
That's so hard to choose.
Give us streets of Detroit.
Bro. There's MDU days or whatever it was.
MDU. I believe there's like a NASCAR that runs on the streets or some type of that series. They have a street series out in Detroit. I think. Don't quote me.
I know what you're talking about because I've seen that.
Give us more street courses. Give us more walls. I want walls.
Isn't that Indy? Indy cars?
It could be Indy. Yeah.
It might, maybe. That's gonna bother me. I'm gonna look that up after this. But
yeah.
No, that would be. I would love to see more. I hate to keep bringing Drift Masters up about everything, but I love how they take the, like, unique aspect, like an amusement park, and turn it into a track and stuff like that. I understand they're doing that because of the lack of tracks out there, but it does add a unique twist to it. And I would love to see weird stuff like that
it's
happen.
really sick. You got to think of cost, though, because how much does it take to bring stands in, all of that stuff. The cool thing, like, with FD, like, they find all these tracks that have that stuff already set up. They have the stands. They have all the facilities with the bathrooms. Some places have really sick showers, so, like, it
could always be a concept of the stadium thing. Final round of Drift Masters, you rent out a stadium. I'm sure it might cost less to just throw the asphalt down instead of rent the bleachers for a weekend. Something like, I don't know the real cost behind that, but
I feel like, so who owns Drift Masters is owned by, like, Budmat or, like, their big supporters, right?
Pretty much,
I think,
yeah.
and
it's ran by Drift Games.
And they do a lot of concrete, I believe, Budmat, right? Like, they have a good concrete partner. I'm pretty sure. I've never been to Europe, so don't quote me. But from what I've heard is, like, Budmat or one of, like, the big supporters of Drift Masters owns that, like, concrete style, so it's easier to make.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And the like insurance, I'm sure, is a little bit better. I would love a stadium. I don't think the U.S. is there quite.
Do you think
yet.
that's why you like New Jersey? It's because it's almost a stadium aspect.
I definitely part of it. I also really like walls. And if I crash next year into a wall, you can clip that and be like, he likes
Oh,
walls.
I
And-
will.
Yeah. But no, like my home track is like scattered with walls, so it feels like home.
So explain. You're from
North Dakota.
North Dakota. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's obviously not a major.
No, we're
Like,
nobodies over there.
Nobody talks about North Dakota for
Yeah.
drifting. So
No, we're
explain a little bit of the scene out there, I guess.
So it's kind of wild. So my title sponsor, SRD, they actually bought a drag strip like 7-8 years ago, and a bunch of people who were into drifting convinced him to build a drift track on top of the drag strip. So like in Minnesota, they have a rule where you can't add more tracks. It's some dumb rule where you can't build tracks, but you can add on to tracks. So they added onto the drag strip, a little loophole type of stuff. And ever since then, like for the past 7 years, it's just been a sick drift track. It's called Interstate Raceway. And they did it with concrete. So they spent like the good money, great tire wear, like it's amazing.
Is that the place that Jake goes and drives?
Yeah.
Sometimes?
Yeah, 100%. So like you'll see it in the Seaboys videos a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, before they built their track, which is asphalt, so it kind of eats it up, they would always do stuff. The drag strip that's in the Seaboys, that's there. The drift track, it's all at that facility.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking sick. So is that the only one that's relatively close to you, or is there any?
So that track is 15 minutes from my house. Other than that, like we have Brainerd and we have Minneapolis, which is Elko,
Okay.
and that's like 3.5-4 hours from us.
It's not too bad. Okay.
Yeah, and then outside of that, we have a parking lot in Sturgis. So like boys in South Dakota, they run drift events in Sturgis once a month. Like where the bike rally
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
They'll do events there.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, obviously, where did you learn all of this and develop the skill level to become Prospec champion?
Yeah, so I learned in Brainerd and South Dakota. When I started drifting like 15 years ago, and I would go, so I was a Honda kid. I was a big car show guy.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and in Brainerd, they had this event called Proving Grounds, which is a knockoff Grid Life, is what I call it. Like, they like to be Grid Life, but it's not, like, as big as Grid Life. They don't have the big artists.
Same
but
concept, though, like
sick.
race
Yeah.
cars, show
Yeah.
at night.
100%. And
Okay.
there's a car show there. So I heard about this, and I was like, let's go here. I want to bring my Honda. Saw drifting because it was a full drift event too. They had like 8 hours a day of just drifting as well.
Nice.
So I was like, I saw drifting, and literally in my head I was like, this looks easy. I kind of want to do it. So then I bought a
Looks
240
easy.
and just started drifting on the streets in North Dakota for a while because it was 3 hours. I didn't have a truck. I didn't have a trailer. I ended up street driving there, but I was only able to drive like twice a year because they only really had drifting for 2 times a year at that Proving Grounds event.
Dude, that sucks.
Yeah. So like when people ask me how long I've been drifting, it's like I've been drifting for 15, but I only say 7 because when my local track Interstate opened, that's what, like I was there
That's when
every
you were
weekend down
actually
there.
getting seat time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Because you see some of these drivers come up and it's from small towns like
Yeah.
that and stuff, and you're always like, God, how do you even? Is it a James Dean situation where you're out driving in a fucking field all day? Like,
Well, I mean,
like,
we have.
how do you learn?
So North Dakota, like it snows every day in the winter.
That too, yeah.
My winter car is an IS300, so every day is a drift event.
So okay, so are you doing a lot of ice drifting and stuff too, or
Not
that's
so much ice
seasonal
drifting. It's literally just on the
risk?
streets when it snows.
That's hilarious.
I want to
What
ice
the
drift.
fuck?
I feel really weird not ice drifting because it's right there, but my budget is so thin. Everything is just so wild. It's like, I've got an IS300. Let's just ride on the streets.
That's crazy. So, okay, then what, I guess, how do you, run a program as big as you do, I mean, obviously it's still in Prospec, so it's not a massive program.
There's nothing big about our program, dog.
But it's an FD program.
Yeah,
It's bigger
yeah.
than most people are running even here
Right.
or something like that. So if you're on a budget, how do you make it work? Is a
So-
lot of it coming from sponsors?
A lot of partners help us like immensely, and I'm forever thankful for it. When I was in a pro-am driver, so to speak, I worked for a hot tub company, and I actually got fired the year I won my license, the day after my birthday. And I kind of said to myself, I was like, I really want to do this FD thing. Well, the funny thing is my boss is into drifting, so he kind of knew, but hot tub stuff, it's a scam. If you're getting a hot tub repairman, full on scam. They overcharge like crazy. So I didn't even feel good about the work. But yeah, so I got fired, and I kind of took a day to myself, and I was like, if I really want to do this, we licensed, I got to figure something out, right? And for FD, it's a full-time job in itself. You can't really have a job unless your boss is very supportive of it. And that's really hard to find when you go hand in your application. If you've been working for a company for like 5-10 years, they're probably pretty supportive. But if you go to like Menards or somewhere hand in an application, they're not going to give you the time off. So we just started doing a bunch of side work. So Micah from the Seaboys, we redid his Z for him.
Okay, yeah.
So like when he actually got laps at the
How
Drift
bad
Mansion.
was that thing?
Oh, dude, it was terrible.
It looked horrible
It
when he
was
bought
so
it.
bad. And so when he bought the car, they said like, oh, it's a fully built engine, all this stuff. We pulled the engine out, we took the turbos off, like we made it basic for him. But in doing that, we had to swap oil pans. And I'm like, okay, so it's a built engine. Pull it apart, no, stock rods, stock everything. The only thing they did was put ARP studs on the heads to make it look built. So I'm sitting
What a
here,
joke.
dude, I'm feeling so bad for this guy because he just spent so much money on this car thinking it's a fully
And
built
it's Micah.
car.
He doesn't do any research on fucking
I mean,
anything,
we love
really.
you, Micah, but
You should just
yeah.
blow money.
It's money, Mike,
Yeah.
But no, he's been really good to work with. He's very supportive, and I actually gave him my missile at an event. I was like, hey, you need to drive. You need to learn how to drive in a stock car before you drive this. And I basically like pulled him aside and like, I'm going to be your guy because I don't want you to get screwed over.
That's cool.
And he's been very good about it.
Good.
But yeah, so we do like a lot of side work like that. Like I've got a buddy in Japan who we're building a JZX for stateside so he can run like pro-ams and stuff.
No way.
Yeah. So we do like side work like that, and we build all carbon Kevlar Z panels. So like my whole car is carbon Kevlar, and then we'll sell those
Holy
as well.
shit.
Yeah,
Did you hit me up about that a
I
long
did.
time
I was
ago?
gonna give you a set of fenders.
Holy fuck! I forgot all about that. Yeah, I've always been like a stock body type person.
Yeah.
The only reason I have rear overs is because I wrecked
Right.
when I first started. But
For sure.
yeah, no, I forgot all about that. Holy shit.
It's all good.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Well, they look good. That's for sure.
They didn't the first year. So like we did our own take on Rocket Bunny our first year of Prospec, and the wheel gap was like 8 fingers. Like it was not good. Not good at all.
Oh my god, I've never been a big fan of the Rocket Bunny look on the Z. I just don't like the look of a Z. I have one and it's just not.
The computer mouse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's computer mouse.
I fell into the Z. Like I didn't even want.
Same.
The Z was a great practice car, right? Like you can just hop in it and go. I had a 240 that I crashed and like parked it on top of a K-rail and totaled it. And I didn't want to be out for the year. So I was like, screw it, let's buy this Z. And I picked it up for like $3,500. Like it was ready to go. And I just drifted the Z, and I really wanted to do FD, so I wanted to build a pro car. And I just like thought to myself, well, I already have this Z. I can buy another shell for $500. Why switch up chassis again? And then I just stuck with the Z, and we made it work.
Well, it's cool to see because you hear like, especially a lot of the pro guys, that a 350Z kind of caps you as far as what you can do with it because they weigh so much. You can't cut all of that weight out. So it's cool to see you still kind of proving the chassis is still that competitive.
Everything we do is in terms of trying to make stuff work while also being competitive. Like for the weight, so our car weighed 3,100 pounds without driver. We have a 2,900 pound with driver cap in Prospec.
Wow.
So I'm already like
Yeah.
400 pounds over. I mean, I'm a big dude, so like take 300 pounds plus whatever I weigh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But we run like, we try to make everything as feasible for everybody as possible. Like we're still running the stock diff and pump gas. Like I go to a gas station before every FD round and fill up like 7 or 8 VP jugs.
You don't have any help on the fuel side of things?
We've been hit up, but it's still like they'll give us deals, but it's still like 4 times as much as pump gas. I spent
Holy
going to
shit.
Utah. I took a photo. Going to Utah, we spent $80 on fuel for the whole weekend of Utah, and I still have 20 gallons
Wait, are
left
you running
over.
E or is
Running
it?
E, yeah, running E85 pump gas.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, as long as you have the tune proper, like you're not gonna be pushing 1,300 horsepower on pump gas, but we're like 850. That's all right with pump E.
Yeah. Well, as far as next year though, do you have the plans of going pro, or is it?
That's the hard-hitting questions everybody
I know,
wants to know,
man.
huh? I'll leave it at this. So I feel like I'm done with Prospec. There's maybe 14, 15 good drivers, and people watch, people see the live stream, so I'm not trying to call anybody out. But in practice, you don't get any good laps just because people they're screwing
Every
up.
single Prospec driver I've talked to has said that.
Yeah. So like for me, you can lose a battle because the dude ahead of you messed up, but you messed up worse just trying to react. And then you lost a battle, and one battle can be a championship or a win.
Is there any example from this year that you could give a visual representation of that?
So for not battles, I can't really think of it off the top of my head. For St. Louis, I didn't get a single good chase lap in practice. So I actually chased, can't remember who. I got one good chase, but he understeered outer one. So like he understeered, but he completed the lap, so I'll consider it a good chase.
Still outer one, it throws the rest of the lineup.
Meanwhile,
off.
so I followed Shelly when she went into the wall in St. Louis. My spotter goes in, hey, she's doing good, chase her hard. She spun out, or she hit the wall, and I almost hit her. Followed Human, same thing. Spotter goes, hey, he's on one, chase him hard, you need the practice. Went off in outer one, and he landed on my hood.
Forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, that's just how it is with Prospec, and you don't really get that with pro. And if you do, the pro driver's really screwing up that day. But it's not so often that you're going to have 5 bad chases in Pro 1.
Now, do you also does that feeling of going into pro and you're like, now I'm that bad driver, or I don't feel up to the skill level as these guys, and I don't want to mess up their runs? Like, does that cross your mind now?
I mean, there always is going to be that. I felt that in Prospec. Okay. Like, if I battled Corey, like Corey Talaska, he's a freaking ripper. And I always feel like I'm going to lose to him. And I'm 4-1 with him with 4 wins on our side. Not trying to subtle brag. That's just like me saying, I feel like he's always going to kick my ass. And then we always just come out ahead. So I feel that every event I go to, even if I'm at a grassroots event, I see some grassroots dude just shredding, and it's like, that dude's sick, but I don't want to battle him because I'll probably lose.
So okay, then how are you mentally prepping for those battles?
It's a
what are you doing
switch.
in a car?
So it's definitely a switch, and I'll tell you this. So I got a mental coach last year. So I didn't have him this year because budget was tight. I couldn't really afford him. But I always heard these crazy things in the paddock, like Matt Field has a mental coach, and all these drivers who are doing good have mental coaches. So I found one. He was actually kind of local, and he kind of helped me train my brain. So whatever you do outside of the car, that's on you. As soon as you get into the car, it's a flip of the switch, and you're in kill mode, ready to screw up anybody.
Okay, so run me through that. So the first time you're ever talking to a mental coach,
Okay,
what the fuck does that?
First time, you really don't know what to do, right? It's kind of like therapy session, but not really.
Wait, so hold on. Is the first time at the event? Like you bring them to, or you're just going to meet? with them?
So first time, literally before last year, I kept on hearing about mental coaches, and then I just Googled like mental sports therapist or whatever, and a sports article came up of a local hospital that like my local hospital, and there was an article about him with his number in it. So I just texted him and I was like, hey, this is what I'm doing. What do you think? And normally he does like Zoom calls, like he wants to be face to face, but he never does like in-face meetings, so to speak. Yeah. But I told him like, I want to be face to face. I've never done this before, at least for the first time. So I drove 2 hours to him. We met, we hung out and stuff, and I was like, all right, we'll give it a try. Like, what's the worst that'll happen? I drive worse? That's not gonna happen. But yeah, and then we ended up working where once a week we would have Zoom meetings. Just, he's big with vision. I call it visualization. He hates that term. He uses imagery is what it is. So it's like visualization, but you get all your senses. And that's kind of one thing he wanted me to hone in on. So basically, picture yourself at like you're sitting in your bed or whatever. Like, this is my safe zone, like my Happy Gilmore safe spot, you know? But like laying in the bed, and you can feel your bed sheets, you can feel and hear the fan in the background, feel the TV, and you basically use all of these key points to change your moods. And you have different visualization patterns for what kind of mood you want.
So it's like the concept of, if I hear a song that I played on repeat 5 years ago whenever I was at the beach or some shit.
Yeah, and
then you hear that song today and you're like, all you think about is the beach.
Yeah,
is
and
it
then
kind of that
you
concept?
get in that mood of being in the beach.
That's so wild.
Yeah, it worked though.
How many drivers are doing this?
There's probably more than you think. It's kind of one of those taboo subjects where people don't really talk about it.
Yeah, like people are almost embarrassed or something to talk about it.
But
yeah,
there's a lot. Like, I'm not going to name the driver, you've had him on, but he just talks to a normal therapist. Like, he wanted a sports therapist, but he's like, nah, I can't find any. And he just goes to a normal therapist, but he talks about this kind of stuff. It's not like, oh no, my girlfriend did this or whatever. Like, it's talking about drifting and talking about what to do behind the car. But it's a lot more common than you would think.
That's honestly smart. I don't.
Yeah.
I wish people would talk about that more, so that, especially a lot of these Prospec guys that come in and they get kicked in the ass, realizing it's a lot more than they can chew, and that could be just a simple outlet that could work.
Well, it's also, I mean, it is expensive. Like, it's.
How much does it cost?
I can't give a number on him, but it's over 1,000. It's not like 20.
For like a session?
He does it for the year. So it's like, it's subsidized per year. It's roughly $100 a session.
Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, it's not terrible. It's like therapist.
Depending on
money.
where you're at, that could range up to probably $300 or $400 a session, something like that.
Well, normally it's only an hour because you're talking once a week, so like you don't need to talk for hours on end.
That's so wild.
But yeah,
and like are y'all always primarily talking about drifting, or like does it ever, not to like venture into your conversations and stuff, but
you can
I'm
dive
just curious,
into my, you can dive into my mind. I'm an open book. No, it's most of it's about drifting and just competition in general. Like we talk about like my family, my girlfriend, like all of that stuff, but that's only like a 5-minute conversation out of an hour. Just for context. Yeah, well, yeah, you need like a face-to-face friendly level if you're talking to a guy and getting his like input into your like mental-tude. I don't know if that's a word, but you need that like personal level in order to connect with somebody to like value his opinion. But most of it's about competition. And my guy, like, it worked out perfect. So he works with a lot of like NFL kickers and like stuff like that, where for an NFL kicker, you have to be on it. Like you're sitting on the bench for 30 minutes and then, oh no, you got to score, you got to kick this punt or whatever, and this could decide the game.
That is a very nerve-wracking position. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not a big football guy, so
yeah,
like,
no, I'm not either in any means. But like the way he explained it, like it actually works great because like with drifting, it's the same thing. You're sitting on the line for 40 minutes, sometimes an hour.
So much downtime.
And when you have to go, you have to go. It's a lot of hurry up and wait.
Do you think there's ever a way to speed any of that up, or is it just the way competition works?
Yes and no. Like, there's definitely a fine line. So, like, with Drift Masters, it's very fan-eccentric. FD is different, where it's mostly driver-eccentric. But there's probably a fine line, but you're always going to be waiting. If you have a top 32 battle, no matter what, it's going to take 2 hours minimum.
Yeah.
30 seconds to run. You got 60, 80 runs or whatever. It's always going to be a hurry up and wait in competition drifting.
There's no way to, like, because I think Drift Masters does a phenomenal job of showing little tiny details throughout that downtime that keeps the engagement. For example, after a battle, both drivers come up in front of the crowd. They sit there and they wait on the result of that battle, and you get to see the reaction on their face and like the excitement or the down to it because you lost or whatever. And in FD, half the time, the only way is if a driver drives off,
right?
Or if, like, obviously they show the who won, who lost slide thing, but that's not visibly appealing, and like it doesn't keep the engagement, and then you get no emotion of the driver because you don't get to see it. They're still in the fucking car strapped up, and I know like that's getting out of a car is annoying, but I just think a lot of that stuff would help.
No, it's definitely cool to see that, and that's coming over to the States more. Like, you'll see Shanahan get out of his car every time. It's just force of habit, but it's sick. It's awesome. With FD, it's also hard though. Being as it's more driver-centric, they lose a lot of time giving 5-minute times out, giving all of the stuff for the drivers. It takes away from the fan aspect for sure, but sometimes 5-minute timeouts really do help. Like in Drift Masters, 4 years ago, I think it was Connor Shanahan, his exhaust fell off in the burnout pit. It was an easy battle. He would have won.
Didn't that happen yesterday? Some dude lost his exhaust
in qualifying. I don't think he qualified.
No, he didn't. He didn't even go out yet. He was in the burnout box.
And then, like with Shanahan, like he's a championship fighter. He couldn't fix his exhaust because of that. Lost, I don't know, 32-6. It was so long ago, I don't remember. But in FD, you at least have that 5-minute timeout to get your car prepped. So there's definitely a medium point where, what do we want? Do we want to cater to the fans? Absolutely. That's 100% like the biggest goal. But you can't piss the drivers off because they're the ones who are making the sport happen.
Yeah. Man, that sucks. I hate the balance because in order for this to grow, you got to please the fans. But in order for it to grow as well, you got to have the drivers. And I think we're stacked on the driver's side of things.
Yeah.
Especially with sim drifting and stuff like that around. I mean, drivers are getting pumped out left and right.
100%. But you also got to think, like, there's millions of dollars coming into the sport. Like, with just.
But there could be millions more if it was showcased as, more appealing to the audience.
No, I would 100% agree. It's just finding, like, the balance, right? Like, if you take 5-minute timeouts, if you take 5-minute timeouts out of there, and you have like an issue with Connor, say that happens to James Dean in a top 32 at round 1 of FD, you're gonna have a lot of guys pissed off.
But a lot of guys pissed off, a lot of guys happy. It would make things more. That's my thing. It makes it more exciting. I know that sucks on the driver's side, and like it puts a lot of those positions of. You lose based off of stuff that is just dumb. And like, but that's going to happen either way.
Yeah.
So
it makes you check your car over more, I'll tell you that.
Exactly. So that's where I was going to get to next, is that it still will bring, what's the word I'm looking for? More priorities. Your priorities will be more in check and stuff like that. Like Amanda said, when it comes to marketing, if it came to a like franchise type ordeal, it would just motivate the drivers to work a little harder on that end.
Yeah, and I'm about that. So I listen to that. I'm about that franchise. Pay us like F1, dude. Like have a constructor's top 32 or whatever, and you pay out based off of wherever.
Yeah, based off the car, not the driver type shit.
If you finish top 32, give us $40,000 for the year. I'll run a program on $40,000. I don't care.
How do you?
I mean,
but I know Prospec it's a little easier too.
I told you, pump gas E85.
that's the key.
Yeah.
All you need is pump E85.
Pump E85. Nah, we have we're pretty budget, but like I spend the money where I need to. We feed the guys well. I mean, all my guys are they're so dedicated with us, like it's insane. But the truck, I get 15 miles per gallon hauling. Don't tell the EPA we did some stuff, but you know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah.
So we're
bleep.
yeah, bleep. What did he do? I don't know.
I guess you have to find out.
Yeah, but no, we spend the money where we need to, but we take out a lot of costs that we don't. We don't need to spend $1 million on random stuff. I don't need catering. I'll buy the guys Zaxby's, you know?
It's almost easier to eat out and cheaper.
Yeah, dude, straight up. So like most of the time when I'm back home, like I don't even make food at the house. I'll just eat at like Sam's Club. Do you know how full you can get on Sam's Club?
Yeah.
For $5.
We have a Costco.
Yeah, I'll rotate Costco or Sam's Club. Wendy's, I used to be about the 4 for $4. Like 4 for $4 was my jam.
Oh my god.
They had to rebrand it. Now the 4 for $4 is gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the what is the $5 biggie bag or some shit? Anyways, that's so stupid.
It's BS, dude. At least Dairy Queen.
We're talking about burgers for some reason.
Dude, I mean, we all got to eat, right? At least Dairy Queen.
Okay, then what do you have to prioritize the meals over, say, like buying that proper barrel of race fuel?
I wouldn't say it's a prioritization thing. Like, I just feel it's unnecessary. Like, for the big barrel of fuel. No matter what, I'm always making sure my guys have a nice B&B, except Jersey. That's the one spot we can't get a B&B is Jersey. We have to hotel in Jersey. There's nothing there. It's so cramped. It's like, it's a mini New York. Like, there's no B&B. But I always make sure they have really nice B&Bs. We always go get food. I have to make sure they're fed, give them all the drinks, all the waters they need. Like, they're there to give you work. Like, do what you can for them. But like with the fuel, if our car runs good on pump gas E, I get why people run really good race gas, but it's never faulted us. So why change it?
Yeah, don't fix it if it ain't broke. Yeah. So I mean, obviously it would benefit, but I mean, it's going to be like engine temps and, stuff like that. So,
yeah, and
do you even see engine temp issues?
Last year I did when our water pump was failing. But we have a rear mount radiator. Yeah, duh. We have a rear mount radiator with a factory water pump. And it works. Like you don't need a crazy external electric water pump. Our hottest temp we saw in Utah after going round for round, I think was 208, 210. For an LS engine, that's like idle. Like that's fine. We've been spending a lot of time developing this car, and when I need to spend money, I will. I'm not like broke in the sense of no, I can't buy that part. I'm just a little stingy.
You're working smarter.
Yeah. You have to be in the sport. Unless you have rich parents, you have to be smart.
So you never came from any type of that, like you were pretty normal life.
It is insane that I'm in motorsports. I grew up in a single mother household.
No way.
Yeah. Single mother household. Like she did everything she could for me, but like I didn't have a dad showing me cars. I just saw Fast and Furious one day and my neighbor had this supercharged
My family
Pontiac.
Wasn't into cars either.
Right.
My uncle he was this guy, the LS like pickup truck dude, and like that's all he really cared about.
Yeah,
though.
my uncle is a Corvette guy, so like I would see a Corvette once every 4 months. My neighbor had a supercharged Pontiac, one of those GTPs, but I thought it was cool because it looked like a fast car.
That's crazy.
And I just like gravitated towards cars like my whole life. But it's insane, like being in a car household family and being into cars.
Yeah. It's cool to see how people end up here, because it's a lot of the times it's some extreme sport or something, how do the people that had lived in a trailer with their parents having a $20,000 income or just like barely sustainable make it to being some crazy pro drifter?
Right. Well,
it's so cool.
You can see who came from where just from like how they are, like how they're humble. Like there's a lot of people in the sport who have a lot of daddy money, mommy money, and they just get whatever they've bought and they're cocky about it. Like they'll come in and they'll be like, I do this, and it's like, okay, what do you really do though? Like there's a lot of fake personalities in the sport.
Do you think those people even last though?
I don't know.
I think drifting takes care of itself in the long run.
I think it does, but it doesn't. Like, a lot of those people, they know how to be fake to the right places. Got the LS in the background, you know.
They're so goddamn loud.
Hearing that all weekend, dude.
I had a headache halfway through the day yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Dude, yeah, never mind. That's besides the fact. Anyway.
Yeah, you're RB guy. Your opinion doesn't matter.
It's a nice mellow tone.
Yeah,
it's great.
yeah. No, I love a straight six too. But no, like, I feel drifting's getting so big, people want to be in it regardless. So they're gonna stay in it as long as they don't get bored. I mean, you do see that though, where these rich kids come in, they'll get this fancy pro car, they'll drive, they'll be there for 4 or 5 years or whatever, they'll sign autographs, do their thing, and then it's on to the next thing. And they can do that. I mean, as long as you're having fun, but like, you can definitely see talking with people who came from where. Like, did you have a pro car for your first drift car, or did you start in a stock KA car?
Do you think those type of drivers or, you know, programs hurt drifting entirely? Because I feel like that, to an extent, that could get to the point where you're filling a seat for someone way more deservable that may not have the budget as you do.
I think that's going to be how it is with any motorsports. Look at F1. If you have $1 billion, you could drive an F1. So it's going to happen regardless. Devil's advocate here, the more money coming into the sport, hopefully everybody else sees it and starts bringing it in.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
That's like
It's
the
such
overall
a
hope.
weird, awkward subject too,
Yeah.
to even talk about, because it's
money's a weird thing. Like,
yeah.
nobody wants to talk about it. I'll talk about it to an extent, but like out of respect for a lot of our partners and whatnot, like, I don't want to put like, this partner gives me this, or this is exactly, yeah. Like, look at Hurst, like, what, 7-8 years ago when he was in Pro 2, he made a big post about his whole budget, and it went viral on Facebook. And a lot of his partners got pissed off about it.
Yeah, he came and talked about it on the podcast too. I don't know if that was a part of all of that. We tried to keep it very, like, not so specific, I guess. But as far as you though, you don't have to give me any like specific amounts or anything like that, but how much of sponsorship monetary value in percentage is going towards the FD program versus your own pocket?
That guy was like, I'm so sorry for driving by. That's hilarious. And then we got Hop here just being a dick. So any sponsor money I get goes directly to the program. I'm not getting paid for anything. How do I put this? Sponsor money probably is 15%.
Okay,
Everything
so, yeah,
else is
that's
out
what I
of
was
pocket.
thinking. I only ask that so people understand that are like looking to do this. It's not all coming from sponsorship. You're a Prospec champion now, and to a lot of guys that don't know you, have never met you, know anything about you, you look like you're up there.
Yeah,
People don't see the pit space and like see how nitty gritty and budget friendly everything is. So it's cool to hear that side from drivers and make everything transparent for people.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody's an example of just a normal guy can do it, it's me. Like I said, stock diff, pump gas E85. Like, we built the car pretty simple. We spend the money where we need to, but the way I looked at it coming into FD, I was spending the same amount of money traveling for grassroots events. Though the best side is, like, we have to pay for our tires in FD, but we get a deal. So it's public, so I can say this. If you look on the FD rulebook, anybody can download it. Cost of tires is right there, $130. If you're running a cash event like the 50K, you better be on a Valino, otherwise you ain't winning. Now you're spending $200 on a tire. So you're almost spending cheaper to run FD at $130 tires. You're still buying the Airbnb.
It's just way less seat time.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I mean,
is usually what the argument to that is.
There is, but like for me, the seat time, like I love seat time, don't get me wrong, but I came into FD knowing I was going to be in FD, not driving. So I like trained myself to Just the first lap out, you better be on it.
Good.
So the seat time doesn't bug me. Like, it bugs a lot of people.
I hate hearing the complaints of that. Joining FD and complaining about seat time. I don't get that.
Yeah, what do you expect?
Like,
There's 40 drivers
it's a
and you get an
comp,
hour and a
bro.
half of practice.
Yeah.
Like, just be better.
Yeah, be better.
I don't know what to say.
Put the golf ball in the fucking hole.
Yeah.
That's it.
There was a driver, he came in, his rookie year was last year. I'm not going to mention his name, but in Atlanta, he was in the kitty litter every round. And he posted, I was in a group chat with him, and he posted in the group chat saying, yeah, it usually takes me 15 laps just to figure out the track. And I'm sitting here like, you're here, bro?
Why aren't you doing that in the sim
Like,
beforehand?
we'll get 4 laps, maybe, before competition.
That's insanity.
Yeah. I actually got like 10 laps total in Utah out of 3 practice sessions, and I was hyped. Like, that's the most laps I've ever gotten in FD in practice.
That's got to be risky. I mean, if you, like, what about before sim stuff? Like, you are showing up to these rounds, and you get 1, 2, maybe 3 laps if you're really lucky, stuff like that, and then you have to go put on a show.
Yeah,
and
before
be
sim
on
stuff,
point.
if you sucked, you sucked.
Dude,
and it
there
very
was
well showed.
no out. Yeah.
But a real driver, like a real good driver, stood out way better than everything else. But even before sim stuff, 5-10 years ago, you saw the driving. Like, just in the last 5 years, the driving has excelled so much.
I think the bar for your average driver has completely doubled in the past 2 years.
It has to be.
Easy.
And then if you've started driving before the sim, you're screwed. Like, you cannot do it.
Yep, that was me.
Yeah. Like, so before Jersey, I actually hopped on the sim.
I will say you're not screwed. You're not screwed.
No.
I've adapted very well. It just takes, I will say, a good sim to do it.
You need the time. So before Jersey, I actually ran the sim with Odie for a while.
Okay.
Like, we were on, like, he would hit me up. Like, I hit him up first, obviously. But he would hit me up like, hey, I'm ready. Can you do this? And we ran for probably 4 nights a week just running. And he's a driver.
Yeah.
He hasn't really simmed. He's just getting into it. And, I mean, he was probably like 10% of one of the worst, you know?
Oh,
I love you, Odie, but I mean, he'll admit it. He sucks on the sim. He's getting a lot better for sure. Like, by the end of the week, we were mobbing out laps.
Yeah.
But if you're a driver, it's hard to get that feeling.
I think it's so funny, the disconnect, because Sim Magic has come on board with FD so heavily in the past couple of years, yet all of the big drivers, they want to talk about it, can't fucking talk about it right because they suck at it so bad.
Using Odie as an example, and I'm sorry, Odie, if like you get mad about this. So he would do a lap and he would suck. He'd be either out of the zone or spin out or do this. And he's such a driver and he's such an engineer. He goes over the headset and he's like, I need to change this, this, and this. And I'm sitting in my head like, no, bro, like just drive it. Like it will come to you eventually.
Drive through the suck.
Yeah. I mean, it was cool hearing like what he would do in those scenarios. So like, I'm kind of learning, but it's also like, trust me, just drive it.
Yeah.
What I did, so when I got into the sim, I was on a T300 for 3 years. Like, not a great sim, but that's all I could afford. I had my local drift track. I had a stock Z on the game, and that's all I drove for a week straight, local track, just doing what I would try to do in real life. And it eventually clicked. And if by the end of the week, like if you watch my hand motions, if you watch my feet motions, everything was identical.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I've learned, dude, the best thing about the sim for me is understanding left foot braking.
Yeah, yeah.
When I first started drifting, I had a Z, and I never did the switch for the so you
pin
can
101.
left foot brake.
Yeah.
So I was just always throttle all the time, or if I had to check up a little bit, it was the handbrake.
Yeah.
So once I finally had the chance to learn that and really figure it out, dial it in, dude, it was a game changer.
So what I did, because when I first started driving, I wasn't in the sim. They didn't really have sims.
Yeah.
What I did was anytime I would daily drive, I would use my left foot. Like if I'm pulling onto an on-ramp and I got to slow down, I would left foot to try to figure out the pressure. Because that's the biggest thing is pressure. too many people are stomping the left foot or whatnot, you know.
Yeah, they don't understand how much they're
Right.
actually pressing with their non-dominant foot.
Yeah, learning just normal driving, they teach you have to brake with your right foot, you got to do all this, and it screws you as a drifter. So you have to re-teach yourself that.
Yeah. I would always try and just, like you said, I think, right?
Yeah.
Testing it on the road,
Yep.
just doing it in normal traffic. The first time I did it, he almost ate my steering wheel.
Yeah, 100%. When I was into Hondas, I used to just drive autos or whatever, and I went to go clutch, and I slammed on the brake, and you just like jolt. But you got to learn, and it's learn wherever you can.
Absolutely. Well, I know they're probably about to go out there, and I know you need to get over there. Last question I want from you is just give me your best piece of advice for anyone trying to follow this same rabbit hole that you are.
Don't give a fuck.
Solid advice.
Literally, so like...
Cut there. We're done.
Cut there. The only person who's going to talk shit is the person in the stand not driving. End of story. As long as you're a good guy, if you come in super cocky and like, oh, I'm better than you and you suck, like, get out of here. But the only people who are going to talk shit are the people who are not where you're at, not trying to do what you're doing. And that goes for everything in life. But drifting especially, don't give a fuck.
Solid advice, man.
Yeah.
I love it, dude. Well, I really appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time. I know you're just kind of spotting and hanging out this weekend, so it's really cool.
I came here just to hang out. I was with Brendan. He gave me an open bed to stay on. And
nice.
I'm sitting here in the driver's meeting, and Brian Hopp comes, and he's like, what are you doing here? It's like, I'm just hanging out. He's like, can you spot for me? I guess. Some big
Got
shoes
put to work immediately.
Big shoes to fill. He had Chelsea spotting all year for FD.
Yeah, it is true. Yep. Well, you got it.
Yeah,
You'll be good help.
We'll have to set something up.
It's just LS Fest. We're having fun.
Nah, we're LS people here.
Nah.
Welcome to the dark side.
I don't know about welcome. I ain't joining shit. I'll keep my RV.
Have you driven an LS car?
Not properly. No, I haven't been able to properly drift an LS car.
You come to Fargo, where I'm at. You come to hang out with Jake. I will let you drive the pro car.
Let's plan. I need to come up there anyways.
Yeah.
Because I need to come see Jake, and I honestly want to go see the Sea Boys.
Okay.
That'd be fucking sick, of course.
Yeah. Got to set up an appointment. They're big time.
I know, right? Fucking dorks.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's do something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
If you do it before winter, before I take my pro car apart, you can drive my pro car.
That's recorded, bro.
I don't care. So every year, I drive the car all year. I don't let anybody drive it. Every year, I always have this like team bonding experience. At the end of the year, all of my crew guys drive the pro car.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
You feel that's important for your crew?
It's a good
like
bonding
doing
experience.
Small little stuff like that.
I mean, I just do whatever I can regardless.
That's awesome.
Like I'll give the shirt off of my back to my guys, regardless. I don't care what it is. But if the pro car, I mean, it's getting rebuilt anyways. What are you gonna do? Wreck it? Oh no, I make the carbon panels for it. What? He's stuck. Oh man. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. Ryan Acevedo just got stuck right now.
Yeah.
They're pushing him. We're good.
He got stuck on concrete.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
No, like, what are you gonna do?
There you go.
You're gonna blow up the engine? It's gotta get rebuilt anyways. We rebuild the engine every year regardless. Like, you kind of have to for FT.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Blow it up? Oh no, it's getting rebuilt. What are you gonna do? Blow my stock diff?
Right.
$100 diff. Oh no.
That is crazy too. How many diffs did you say you had?
We only have 3, so I've got spares for the 3. Like, if somebody posts a diff local, I'm gonna buy that. But we only have 3 ratios.
Couldn't you have just bought a quick change by now with how much money you've probably spent on diffs?
Like, Z-diffs are cheap. Like, quick change right now, you're at like 45, $5,000 plus fabrication.
Okay, I guess
to get
that's
it.
true. Yeah.
You buy a Z-diff for $150, $200. At least where I'm from, we have a 3.3, 3.5, and 3.7, and I don't really want to spend the money for the 3.9. And we proved it works.
I need a 3.9 so bad for my car. Oh, it's so bad.
It wakes the car up. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. You can only find them in like convertible G37s.
Yep.
Why is that car? I don't fucking know.
I have a spreadsheet. You can do the Nismos I went to go buy a 3.9 from this kid, like somewhat local or whatever.
Yeah.
$400. I was like, yeah, that's a hell of a deal. Came out of a Nismo car. He told me it's a 3.9. I get it back to my house, open it up, and it's a 3.7.
Yep.
Like, what the hell? It's supposed to be. And then I texted him. He's like, yeah, I think the guy switched it out.
What
I mean,
a
$400
cock.
for a 3.7.
He didn't
like,
think
it's
shit.
going
He
great.
knew he switched it out and just said different. Fuck that guy.
I mean, I like him. He's a good guy. He was just getting into drifting, so he probably didn't know. Maybe benefit of the doubt. I'm North Dakota nice, so
Yeah,
I give
that's
everybody the benefit.
We're supposed to be nice in the South, but
Nah,
anyways.
just a bunch of sister cousins.
Oh, fuck, no. That's Alabama. Don't get it twisted.
Okay.
Just Alabama.
I'm not from down here, so I don't know where it is.
Oh, that's awesome,
Y'all got
man.
Krispy Kremes, and I'm happy with that.
Krispy Kreme isn't even that good.
It's good from where I'm at.
Dunkin' Donuts donuts are way
Dunkin'
better
Donuts
than
is
Krispy
sick,
Kreme.
too. We don't even have that.
Dunkin' Donuts coffee is ass now, though. It
Is
used to be
it?
the best. It's terrible now.
We got
Anyways.
Starbucks. That's it. Get out of the food conversation.
Yeah, fuck that
This
shit.
is drifting. Who wants to care about
Oh,
food?
Hell yeah, man. Well, again, I appreciate it. Thanks for making
Anytime.
the time, dude.
Stay tuned for him to drive the pro car.
Yeah,
at
and
the
then we'll do a
C-Boys track.
follow-up episode, a full one where we can actually sit down.
Yeah. I told
have
Jake
good
he needs to get
conversation.
on it, and he wanted to do one with me and him. He's like,
That would be cool.
He's like, I don't do drifting. He's like, I like to drift, but you're the drifter, so you got to be in on it. Jake, you're a drama queen.
Oh, we'll just peer pressure him. You just
Yeah.
leave halfway through.
Yeah.
You can just force him to the chair.
You need all the stories out of him.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. Well, go get up there.
Yeah.
Go help your boys
We'll be
out,
back.
and good luck to them.
Have fun.
Good luck next year too.
Get some good people on here.
Yeah.
Way up to the ceiling. Trust no bitch, can't catch no feelings. I've been taking long flights from the Bay to Ibiza. Hit home runs, I'm a ball like Jeter. I just want fuck, then I leave. I'm a young pop star, call the boy Justin Bieber. Got a little money if you want, I can teach you. Whole life a movie, you can watch it in theater. Stay